fear not. Michelle Obama is, in fact, not on fire. However, I have to say, if she were set alight, that might be a little easier to watch than what she is actually doing. Now, I've never really paid too much attention to Michelle Obama because I've always felt that people kind of idolise or demonise her, perhaps a little bit unfairly. You know, the right obviously don't like her very much because she's Barack Obama's wife. And, you know, she gives her shitty, bland, inane opinions about things from time to time, which they obviously disagree with. And then there's the left who beatify her and canonize her before death. You know, they've turned her into a goddess, basically, because, of course, after all, she is the most virtuous of God's creations, a black woman with something to say. So, you know, I've never really cared either way that much. But lately, I've got to say, Michelle Obama, she's getting a little too big for her boots.
Michelle Obama's walking. We can't let her go. She's a classy lady. We just love her so. We got Michelle Obama.
Is this line all gay?
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
There are a lot of people here of all ages who are trapped by their phones.
Oh, God, another fading star here to warn us of the dangers of modern technology. Anything to cling on to relevance, eh, Michelle? You know, it's very rich coming from you, actually, you know, with all the modern technology you've got at your disposal above the Starship Enterprise.
Are trapped by their phones. And when you talk about us being disconnected and not talking to each other, I am not out in the world like a normal person anymore. But when I am, people don't even recognize me. You know why? Because they're on their phones.
Well, the first thing I would say there is the lack of self-awareness is staggering. When I do mingle with the commoners, they don't even recognize me. It's a crazy thing to say. I can't believe she said it. But I could offer you an explanation as to why people don't recognize you. You know, as I said at the beginning of the video, there are a huge amount of people. There is a huge amount of people that have put you on a pedestal over the past going on 20 years now. They expect, if they come across you in public, they expect to see Halle Berry. But they're confronted with that, and you know, it doesn't even cross their mind that could be Michelle Obama.
People don't even recognize me. You know why? Because they're on their phones. Nobody is looking at each other. I could walk right past somebody with a hat on, you know, and I'm just a black woman in a cap.
Ugh, oh, God, imagine being just a black woman in a cap. I often do. Has it ever occurred to you, Michelle, that is what you are, though? You know, a black woman in a cap. I mean, you didn't really do anything. You were married to a guy, and are married to a guy, who did something, you know? Barack Nobel Peace Prize Obama, okay? But I'm not sure that you actually have ever done anything to merit being anything other than just a black woman in a cap.
Just a black woman in a cap. But that's because
I don't know.
No, I've done it.
I don't know about that.
I have done.
Oh, look, it's Michelle's very strange, definitely not gay brother, Craig Robinson, who she does her very strange, definitely not gay podcast with.
Done it. I fly commercial. I am out there with the people, and folks are not paying attention.
I find this highly strange. Didn't she just say a minute ago that she's not out there anymore on the rare occasion, but then she says she is, she flies commercial. There's so much about this that's very weird. First of all, why would you be bothered that people are not bothering you? And unless you really wanted the attention. And I don't know what I find less believable, that nobody ever approaches her even though she's out in public all the time, or that she's not with a massive security detail even if she is flying commercially. Nothing about this makes sense.
I fly commercial.
So
Okay. Okay.
I hadn't seen that bit. He called her out. Amazing. Maybe I'm changing my opinion on Craig Robinson. I am a fickle man, but I'm honest. All right. I calls it as I sees it.
My decision to skip the inauguration, you know, what people don't realize, or my decision to make choices at the beginning of this year that suited me were met with such ridicule and criticism. Like, people couldn't believe that I was saying no for any other reason, that they had to assume that my marriage was falling apart.
Right.
Oh my God, get over yourself. That was months ago. And look, look, you were supposed to go to the inauguration, right? Because you are the wife of a former president. All the presidents and their wives go to the inauguration of the new president. That's just what people do. And frankly, you should have a bloody good reason if you don't go. And are you not used to it by now after 17 years after your husband became president of the United States? You're not used to people speculating about your marriage and writing crap about you in the tabloids and in shitty gossip columns or whatever. Like, who cares, right? You decided to, I think quite narcissistically, not attend the inauguration because you think you're bigger than the United States, right? That's the way I saw it. Maybe you had a good reason, I don't know. But that's the only thing. Like you made it about yourself. And so people assume, God, if she's not coming to the inauguration, something really must be wrong. That's it. Christ.
You know, it's like, while I'm here really trying to own my life and intentionally practice making the choice that was right for me. And
Excuse me?
I'm here really trying to own my life and intentionally practice making the choice that was right for me. And
I think what you mean to say, you're doing what you feel like. You're not trying to sell us a masterclass here.
And it took everything in my power to not do the thing that was right, or that was perceived as right, but do the thing that was right for me.
That's kind of amazing that you've reached the crux of the problem. So you understand that, certainly if it's me you're asking, that's why I would see it as problematic if you don't go to the inauguration, because you're wrestling around in your head at home going, oh, should I do what's right for the harmony of society? Should I respect the traditions and values of the United States of America? Or should I really perform some sort of silent protest because I need to do what's right for me? Yeah, that's the problem. You think that that your public image takes precedence over the world.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hard thing for me to do. I had to basically trick myself out of it. And it started with not having anything to wear. I mean, I had affirmatively, because I'm always prepared for any funeral, anything. I walk around with the right dress. I travel with clothes just in case something pops off. Rastafari.
She always wears the right thing. You could have fooled me, Michelle. Sitting there looking like Tutankhamun, dripping in gold. I think you're breaking rule number 1 of women's jewelry code. You know, sometimes less is more. If you've got a lot going on here, not so much here. You know, got something big here, not so much down here, okay? But then again, what do I know? Ramesses?
So I was like, if I'm not going to do this thing, I got to tell my team, I don't even want to have a dress ready.
Oh, yeah. She's mingling with the commoners, all right. She's one of the people. That's what I do. Whenever I don't want to go to one of my wife's things, I tell my team, hey, don't even think about getting me a suit ready for that cocktail party. I will not be attending.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so easy to just say, let me do the right thing.
But then you become a shock absorber.
Yeah.
And that's what women are.
Yeah.
Shock absorbers.
Women are shock absorbers. They sure are. Some more than others. Yeah. Some absorb so many shocks, they end up with the permanent 1,000 shock stare.
Yeah.
And that's exhausting. And
It
it's not
is.
healthy.
Yeah.
It is not healthy.
Mhm.
You've had to be shock absorbers for your husband,
Yeah.
for your children, for your mom, for your
Yeah.
family, your loved ones, because of where you were sitting in the public eye.
Mhm.
That's not fair to you. When do you ever get to live for you?
She can. She's got properties all over the world. She's got millions and millions and millions of dollars. And yet still she says she can mingle with the public, or she can't. We can't work it out exactly. We're not sure what she does. But what are you talking about? You can do what you want. She just decided not to go to the inauguration, and I don't think anyone cares that much. There was just a bit of speculation as to why. How can you be this wrapped up in yourself?
I applaud you. I'm happy that you are taking care of yourself in the way that you need to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God forbid she asked her team to get her an outfit ready for an inauguration, which she'd have to attend for a couple of hours. You know, her life would never have been the same again, would it? What? What are you applauding, you moron?
She and my father didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed. We don't articulate as Black women our pain.
I mean, I've seen a few videos on X that might refute that claim somewhat, that Black women don't know how to articulate their pain. So a startling amount of them seem to be able to articulate pain in Walmart or fast food outlets when someone gets their order wrong. But I'm sure there are lots that are very repressed too.
Because it's almost like nobody ever gave us permission to do that.
And does anyone care?
No. I mean, no.
Yeah, there's
Will
that.
they care?
If
that
we
part.
knew, I think we would care. If we knew.
Mm-hmm.
If we knew.
Or, you know, yeah, and we have to ask ourselves, the men in our lives is, you know, why wait to be asked?
Oh dear, I fear Michelle Obama may be emboldening Black women even further. God knows what ramifications this is going to have.
Came in here. You didn't even tell me I'm doing anything to rectify the situation. Not gonna do. Fuck you, bitch. Then get out my face. Somebody give me the number. Who your general manager?
Oh dear, those poor general managers finna have their work cut out. After Michelle Obama's done.
You know, it seems like what we go through is pretty obvious. I mean, maybe we're not complaining, but we're actually living life out loud.
You sure are, Black women, and long may it continue. You bring so much colour to our lives, at least to my Twitter feed. Anyway, look, I've had a great time. Have you had a great time? We're just having a laugh here, you know. Don't take it too seriously in the comments. No more death threats, please. I've had a lovely time. If you've had a lovely time, give the video a like. Let the universe, let the algorithm know what a lovely time you've had. And what else? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on X and on what else? And on Instagram and all those other places, so that you know when I bring out a new video. And if you want to help out with the channel even further and get some access to some exclusive videos, including my most recent one before this one, which is exclusive to Patreon, you can join my Patreon, which is under this video. And I'd be very happy if you did that. Anyway, I'll leave you with the outro. I'll see you in the next one.
As far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane. So yes, all I got to say is y'all need to get these fools out of here. But
the enormity of their flat brain, the enormity of their stupidity is just overwhelming.